man. It's a funny one, man. It's a media coverage, man. So we'll just go to the line. We'll all just talk. A lot of people feel like the media coverage has become a distraction when it comes to high school sports. Some believe that media coverage should be exclusive to top teams only, and only big platforms should be able to cover, certain kids. People believe it's oversaturated and that it's hurting the game in a negative way. They're saying a lot of players are only focused on stats, not focused on winning, and they're more focused about looking cool. Let's start with you, D3. What's your thoughts on the whole media coverage, chaos,
Man, I'm a big supporter of media, no matter if it's our platform, if it's anybody else's platform. At the end of the day, man, these kids is out here all fighting to go to college. Mm-hmm. Whatever that look like. If they want to go D3, D2, D1, JUCO, D3, D2, D1, it don't matter. At the end of the day, man, the number one goal is to try to get to school and get that school to pay for your college. Yeah. That is the number one goal, no matter what the case is. Ain't nobody going to school and can afford that I know, or kids that I know, even me. So even just like we can even go back to when I was in high school, man. I used to love and shout out to Mike Munch, because I always shout him out.
Shout out to Mike Munch.
Mike Munch is a person that covered me during high school a lot, from AAU to Johnson. And anytime that, like I said, this is just examples, like where even I know that I'm walking in the gym and I see Mike Munch, I know I'm about to get flicked up. Oh, I know that for sure. So, of course, you feel me? I might walk by him, get a little pose, whatever the case is, and then later on that night, I'm definitely going to his page.
Good.
All right. Man, I used to go to Mike Munch page on Facebook, which was a long time ago, just to get my pictures. I remember this specific time where I want to say it was my junior year, where we played Washburn at Arlington when that big fight broke out.
Oh, that was crazy.
When that big fight broke out.
When they kicked all the fans out, and y'all had to play the game.
Yeah, we still had to play the game.
I had a bubble game.
But there was a specific picture that at the time, I didn't know that he was taking these pictures and things like that. But it was a specific picture. JL even talk about this picture to this day, where Rasheed he got I don't know if it was a tip dunk or offensive rebound, but he got the offensive rebound, and I'm on the back of Rasheed trying to block it, but I'm behind him, I'm not in front of him. So you can clearly see he's in front of me dunking the ball. But I was just so happy to get that picture. I made it my MySpace profile. So this just go back to saying, like, again, it's not about the social media, it's about the kid individually, that you can't blame the social media people or the platforms for doing their job. This is our job. This have nothing. That's like telling a newscast, oh, if something happened in the streets, oh, don't go over there. Don't do your job. Don't go report that. Like, you can't be mad at people for reporting and doing what they're supposed to do. And then when you specifically say little platforms, that's what kills me, and that's what gets me. Again, shout out to Como. Shout out to the Como girls, Yolanda. Shout out to all Humble. Shout out to Johnson. Yeah. Shout out to Central. Shout out to Washington. Shout out, who am I missing?
We got a lot, man. Shout out to everybody we did all access with.
All access with.
The one with Tartan.
At the end of the day, if you're not from the city, you're not putting footwork in this city, in the Twin Cities, which means Minneapolis or St. Paul, do not fix your mouth up to say anything. Our people are supporting us and they love us, and we're going to continue to do this. At the end of the day, they're happy because they're not getting media coverage. We are the ones who's supporting them because they're not big enough schools. They're not big enough players. So at the end of the day, we're going to continue to be great. We're going to continue to support our kids, man. And like I said, my biggest example is, what if we got a kid, and I'm just going to throw this out there, shout out to Humble. I'm just saying, if a kid at Humble, he go for 40. Mm-hmm. You don't think he need exposure for that? You don't think that's like, he might need this highlight, whether if they win or lose, he can still put that highlight together to get to the next level, which is what? College. Mm-hmm. So no matter what the case is, there's no such thing as kids don't need the media attention, because they do. Because if media attention is what get kids. Wasn't Zion discovered off social media?
Everybody. I mean, the way the world is with everything, with technology, with people have 4K in their pocket. They can pull out their phone. A parent can pull out their phone, record their kid, and make a highlight tape just by being there.
You got the world in your hand.
You got the world in your hand, so it's going to be there. I think the focus needs to be, it's not a distraction. There's been, when it comes to student athletes, right? We all were student athletes. We all played high school, high level.
Collegiate.
We all played collegiate level. Yeah. We have an accountability being a student athlete on what we should focus on. Just because there's more cameras and technology has advanced does not mean that they're the issue. The player should be locked in.
For sure.
The good brother LD made a good point where he says, like, it's about the players and the parents. It's about the culture that's being taught.
Right.
You cannot blame people that have cameras or say they're a problem or say there's anything wrong with them when it's like to say there's too much media coverage. It's one of those things where it's like the big, quote unquote, big platforms. They're not gonna, like he said, they're not going to serve some of these games. They're gonna cover the big. They're gonna cover the big names, and that's their job.
The 8-9 kids that they recycle.
And that's, and like,
all the time.
And even
there's nothing wrong
and there's
with
nothing
that.
wrong with that. And
For
they can
sure.
do that. And they
For
can
sure.
do that. They can do that
For sure.
But when you say, when people, try to scrutinize people for giving other high school athletes a platform, it's kind of like, it's weird. It's weird, and it's because it's almost like we live in a day, and it's almost like counterproductive thinking because we live in a day and age where, like I said, 4K's in our pocket.
Yeah. Social media is everything.
It's everything. It's everywhere. If we're and then it's also about how you do it. Now I will say this: yes, a lot of it is oversaturated at times. I'm not going to just sit here and be like it's not but it's only an issue if your village isn't checking you about it.
For sure.
Like if you're a kid who consistently gets blown out and you're just worried about your highlights, then yeah, I would ask them, what are you doing this for? Do you really want to win?
Yeah, that's pathetic.
That's pathetic.
That
If you're doing that and that's your whole goal is you solely,
You're
you
not
know
for the
what?
team.
Yeah, we ass. I'm about to just, that's I agree with that. That shouldn't be happening. But we live in a day and age where we said this last year when the whole NIL stuff started happening in college. These dudes are athletes. They are professional athletes now.
Yeah.
I'm glad Deion Sanders said it. Like, they're not student athletes. They're athlete students. It's different now. And I'm sorry, the world is it's going to always change. So it's going to always evolve. The more basketball is a business now, even in high school. It is.
Yeah, for sure.
You got high school kids getting NIL deals. You can't go back to the age of when that wasn't happening because we're already here.
Man, hey, the money going around earlier now. Everything is happening earlier now.
Even
Our
the
kids
elementary
gonna
kids.
grow up earlier now.
Like
everything.
That's why I don't get people blaming the media or using the media as their punching bag, quote unquote, because at the end of the day, somebody's gonna record it.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have a world where people don't record or do what they want to do as far as coverage. Now, if your intent isn't pure, that's one thing. Like us over here, when we post our clips, if you notice, we talk about the team. We might shout out a player if he had a standout performance, but we'll post highlights of the team win. It's not just underrated player from St. Paul drops 30. Underrated. And then, sometimes, these bigger, quote unquote, bigger platforms, when they come, they don't come enough. So that's why they always refer to players who we know is nice as underrated. I saw a player, I'm not even going to say their names, but I saw 3 players from St. Paul who I've seen last 2 years. And I see them get covered this year for the first time from these quote unquote big companies, and they're labeled as underrated players. Where I'm like,
you're just not spending the time to come see what we got.
Exactly. So that's what media coverage is needed on all levels. The big companies, the big platforms, they should continue to do what they do.
Exactly.
And then people like us. I mean, I consider us a bigger platform here. That's
sure.
just me personally. People will say I'm biased, but
No, I agree.
Yeah,
we got a big fan base, so not fan base support base.
Yeah,
for
support
sure.
base. So, and we're doing it for the kids who who get overlooked because we were one of them kids. We were in high school. I felt like we didn't get no coverage. I mean, you just didn't. It wasn't like how it was then. But when you come from not seeing no coverage, when you notice somebody in the gym, like how you said, like Munch, when he was in the gym, we knew he was gonna get some good pictures.
For sure.
We was like, oh yeah. you know what? I might not even get much clock this game, but I'm about to warm up hard just so
he getting that warm up,
and it made me go harder. So I mean, like I said, I get the pros and cons of it being a distraction, but I feel like when it comes to, if you think media is the distraction, what do you think is going to happen to these players when they go to the next level? Because it's only going to get bigger.
Oh, there you go.
It's only going to get bigger. Like, I don't get it. Like, if anything, we're prepping them for what they're about to get a whole bunch of. Because, like, one thing about us here, we don't ridicule kids about their performance. We uplift, we show love. What my boy Malik McCoy say, we exude confidence. Yeah. We exude confidence. So it's a difference in that. And we also don't lie. Like, you know, there's been kids who've played a game, lost by 30, and demand their highlight tape.
Sure.
And I like our page, and we're like, I mean, the video's on YouTube, bro. Yeah. We're not gonna post that though. Like, we're not gonna just post a highlight tape of you dropping 30 and y'all lost by 30.
Yeah.
So I definitely agree with the pros and cons of it, but you just can't. Any person that's like ridiculing the media, making it like their punching bag, just, I don't know. I personally think it's just counterproductive, and it's like dinosaur like thinking.
I talked to a coach. I ain't gonna say his name. He's one of my boys. I talked to a coach, man, and when he was talking about it, he called me actually. He called me, and he was like, "Yeah, man, this is why I agree with what's being said." Is it still going? All right, this is why I agree with what being said, because, you know, we just got beat by 20, and then right after the game, the kid is posting the highlight. And I told him, I said, bro.
That's the kid.
I said, that's the kid. That have nothing to do, because, again, like we said, if the parents pull it out, are y'all going to blame the parents?
Exactly.
So if the parents say, hey, this is my kid scoring, he had 25 tonight, and they got blew up by 25. And then the parent clip it up, whatever, send it to the child, he put it on his Instagram. Are y'all gonna blame that parent? So why are platforms getting blamed for the same thing that parents have access to do and have done and do?
It's just not enough accountability on, like I said before, people are forgetting that student athletes, we get guideline books. They talk to us. When you're a student athlete, people probably don't just go past it. There's guidelines. You have to have a certain amount of grades. You have to follow policy. If you don't follow the policy of being a student athlete, you're not going to be a student athlete. There's rules.
That's a fact.
So if you're acting like all of a sudden media being a new thing here, if that's the case, tell your students, tell your athletic director, hey, no camera should be in the building. They're going to look at you like you're crazy, because that's not the problem. You know how many kids I've covered posted their highlights in the loss, and they've inboxed me like, yeah, appreciate it coming out, but I'm not going to collab this one because we lost. So it's a good thing. This talks about that. That's why I said it's about the kid. It's about the person. If you're a person who's hungry for highlights, you're going to be a person that's hungry for highlights. And if you're just blaming the media and saying like these kids don't have control, that means you're not holding them accountable to being able to be, adults about it. Like, you have to hold kids accountable. Like, some people are going to do what they're going to do. There's always going to be distractions. Before it was media cameras, what was it? It was social media. Before that, what was it? It could be anybody's other vice.
It's written journalism when they write it down.
So it's like, it's one of those things where you have to start with the player, what they value, what their parents value, and what's going on. You can't look at a situation and just say blame the media because a kid wants to see his highlights or thirsty to see his highlights. This kid lives in an era of social media,
of TikTok. You're dancing.
Yeah, like they live in a different era.
It's a way different era. Just the technology crazy, just everything AI. You got all kinds of stuff, man. Just what you said. The media is always it's been there since we
was in high school,
but it wasn't like this. Now
it's not like this at all.
Speed of light, like
it's speed of light, and it's a lot.
Just like you got a lot. Like you can't blame the kids and let me see my stuff now after you losing by 30. To me, that's crazy.
I agree with that.
That's just me. Get in the gym.
Yeah.
Get in the gym. Y'all gotta get some wins. Didn't ask for it, but not about no 30.
See, I was gonna touch on that too, because like me as my character, I'm not going to go right to my phone and post something after we just got blew out by 30. I'll wait a couple days. It'll pop up. It'll come. It's going to come.
No, I feel them though,
but
bro. Like,
I'm more in my head with like, man.
It's all about timing.
I don't even want to touch my phone right now. Luckily, when I was in high school, I had a successful high school, and I was happy for that. But like we can go back to like my junior and sophomore year when I was at Johnson. Like I wouldn't. I mean. Well, I ain't gonna lie. My sophomore year, I had 22 against Minnetonka. Well, we won that game, but it was.
Look, I'm trying to stunt.
No. I was about to say we
On some slick shit. 22 that game.
I forgot that was off night too.
But I was saying this to say this. Like I don't remember me ever. And that's why I speak for character, and I'm not knocking the kids that do it because this is a different generation.
Yeah.
This is a different type of
It's
time.
different. That's why I don't even the kids that do that, like you said, I don't judge them. But
Yeah, I'm not judging them. It's like, me personally, I just know, like, I'm mad, so I'm not thinking about posting something to get me, for
it's the
for
competitive
whatever.
nature. You're like, nah.
It's gonna come. It's gonna come. But not right now.
By Wednesday.
Yeah, for sure. I give it a few days, especially if I'm mad, like we just
Hell
lost.
no.
You feel me?
No,
But
you're not posting it at all?
Man, that shit ain't worthy.
But hold
We
on.
lost by hell.
Hold on, but this.
I don't want to post none of
Yeah,
that
for
shit
sure.
from that game.
Hold on.
I don't want to remember that game.
Hold on,
You
but
niggas
Mark.
is crazy.
But hold on,
no.
Mark, but this-
No, I object.
Hold on, Mark.
No.
Hold on, Mark. But this get me into my next statement is. Hold on. But this get me to my next statement. Hold on. My next statement is: am I doing this for my own? Am I doing this for my own ego, or I'm doing this for my benefit of getting to college?
That depends on the player.
Them are the two. Them are the
That
two
depends
factors.
on the player, yeah.
Am I doing this for my own ego to be like, oh, I'm that man. I'm doing this. I'm doing that, even though we lost. Or it's like, because we were talking about the internet. Remember when we interviewed the kids? They were like, yeah, you can get recruited through Twitter.
Yep.
I said, what?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember that. You talking about when we had Ali Fairfan and
Johnson,
Justice
yep,
Moody.
yep.
Yep.
I'm like, you can get recruited from Twitter.
I didn't know that at
This
that
is
time.
a different generation.
That probably started about college.
Yeah. With the huddle, even with the
you
huddle
go.
cameras.
Yeah.
That's
That
kind
was
of
about us. Yeah.
Recruited. So that's what I'm saying. So now,
Like,
okay,
right after us.
if even the college coach might not know that we got blew out by 30, but they see how athletic I am. They see how I can shoot. Or I can play some defense. I get some steals. I can get some rebounds. It depends on that player, but this goes back to the parents now. Have these conversations with your child.
It has to be taught. Like, bro,
Have
focus
these
on the
conversations
game.
with your child. Hey, son, if my son, hey, Des, you just got blew out today. Why are you on the internet posting this, son?
Yeah.
This shows me a lot about your character. No, you need to recoup, rethink, come back to the drawing board, and don't worry about that right now. Matter of fact, why are you even doing that?
That's a fact.
And I don't even what he just said, that like shows you the difference between certain parents. Because you have parents who would say, nah, I don't care. My son killed. I don't care about the win or loss. It's just a game.
Yep.
And then you have a guy like him who actually played the game at a high level, won at a high level, is one of the most competitive dudes I've ever met. His mentality is going to be different towards his kids. So that's why we say it starts with the parents, not the freaking media.
Yeah, not the media.
You have to.
For
You have to because
you gotta start in house.
Yeah, you gotta start in-house.
and you
And
gotta
then-
have not yes men around these children. You gotta have people that's gonna mold them for life.
And you also have to understand some of these parents were trash at basketball. They didn't have the success. They never scored 5 points. So if they see their son score 20, maybe that's the life for them. And who are we to take that away?
Not at
First
all.
off, when it even comes to covering certain things, everybody's not trying. Some of these kids know they're not going to play college ball.
Yeah.
Maybe this is going to be the little memory they can have to hold on to. Who are you or anybody to scrutinize these kids making memories? What are you, the memorabilia police? Like, who are you? I just don't get it. It's just certain things where it's like you got to let people do what they want to do. Like, unless it's negatively affecting kids, which I don't think it is. I think, like, I'm gonna quote him again, like my boy Malik McCoy say, it's exuding confidence. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what that means, but he said it and it sounded so smooth. You know what I'm saying? I better look it up.
Real,
It sounded very, yeah, that's my boy. But that's why it's like, that's the main point of what TCS is. We cover all high school sports. We not just cover basketball. We cover track. We do football. We do a lot. But one thing we do is we try to give these kids confidence and let them know that, hey, somebody's going to be watching.
Yeah. And keep going.
Keep going. That's all we're trying to do. So, I mean,
And not to cut you off,
No,
Wayne,
go
my
ahead, you
fault,
good, you
brother.
good. I was done,
But
you good.
just shout out to the coaches that continuously reaching out to to us in the city, in Minneapolis and St. Paul. Remember, this is Twin City Sports.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we are here for the kids. We are here to get them kids, and I say this all the time. In a few episodes. We are here for the kids that don't get them looks.
Mm-hmm.
We are here, what, like mediocre? Like, who is to say what's mediocre?
Right.
Like,
It's
like,
entitlement, man.
we are
It's
here for the
entitlement.
kids that we want to help get to the next level, even if it's at the smallest percentage. They get their highlights from us. Oh
Yup.
yeah, that's a Twin Cities highlight.
Yup.
That's from our page.
Yup.
You feel me? Like we want to help them kids that don't get them looks. And, like I said, shout out to them other platforms that's doing their thing,
They're doing their
covering
thing.
the big schools and all that. But we are Twin Cities.
We will be liars to say that those bigger platforms didn't influence us in a certain way.
For sure.
We just saw what was happening and what wasn't happening, so we're doing what wasn't happening.
picking the.
So I mean, like, it's one of them things where everybody can eat. You don't have to single out people. You don't have to say certain things, because at the end of the day, somebody's going to be doing it. Yeah. I'm at games and I see about 5 cameras. There's games I'm at, I'll see highlights from a random page 2 days later, which means everybody just wants to, it's some. I don't think it's an issue.
Man,
It starts with the player, starts with the parent, it starts with their values. I don't think you can blame the media for any of that. That's just my take on it. I know coaches may feel different. We could talk about that, but that's my final take on it. So,
hey, and just this Black History Month. I'm gonna take my glasses off when I say this. I'm gonna get real comfortable. We are the only Black platform that's doing this in Minnesota. So again, if y'all don't support us, it is what it is. But the thing about it, we have we appreciate every single supporter we got. At the end of the day, we here for the kids. And like I said, we are the only Black platform in Minnesota that do what we do. So either you with us or you against us, and that's just how I look at it.
I never thought we would get complaints from covering kids, but I mean, it is what it is at this point, man. But this has been a good episode, man. This is TCS Unplugged, episode 9. I know we back, but we'll be back. Was it next Sunday? Yep,
next Sunday.
We'll be back next Sunday. So this probably will be a hot topic episode, just because everybody was already tuned in, thinking we were gonna, be Tupac hit 'em up.
Nah, man. We're
not. It's all love.
real
It's all-
civilized.
it's all love,
We ain't
man.
got no problem with nobody, no platforms, no
None.
nothing.
We have no problem.
We are
doing
intellectual
what y'all
men that
do,
like to
man.
have good conversations.
We come in peace.
We like to have good conversations, man. And I appreciate us getting back in here. My boy Wayne, my boy Mar, man. D3, man.
Eat your Wheaties.
Shout out.
Eat
shout out
your Wheaties.
J.O. and Malik that ain't here, and LD, man. The other teammates, man.
Shout out y'all boys,
All right, man. It's been another episode 9, TCS Unplugged. We out.
Let's go, man. Let's get it. That's a good way to end it. We the only Black history month. We the only fucking Black platform.